But really, I would say look to see if you're in one of our cities that has a chapter, reach out to the chapter chair. And if you don't have a chapter, you're always welcome to start one. Again, just reach out to info at Sisters in Public Health, or keep joining the national chapter events, because that chapter is for the cities that don't have a chapter.
Awesome. And I'll put the link to the Sisters in Public Health website on the show notes page for anyone that is interested.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for doing and supporting that work. I think Angela does a phenomenal job leading that organization. And you are currently a program and outreach manager at Elevated Co. How do you come across this? What do you do in your position?
Yes, so let's talk about learning public health careers. I think one thing I've learned recently is, like seeing the growth of public health consulting firms. And so Elevated Co was founded by Nisha Conley. She's, the CEO. But funny enough, we had a class at Baylor. So during our public health journey, or degree journey, we had a class together. And I had started my LinkedIn. I'm networking, and I started by networking with my classmates, so anybody I had a class with. And so I noticed that she had started this company prior to getting her MPH, and I reached out. At the time, she was looking for an assistant role, and so I applied. We had a conversation, and ended up actually started out as outreach and partnership development. So Elevated Co focuses on programming and social media marketing, just to, get out that health education. And so with outreach, I've done a lot of partnership development with nonprofits, designing programs, whether it's like evaluating, like getting with a nonprofit and evaluating their program, and providing either like a needs-based assessment. And so it's just amazing, again, when we talk about connections and the connections you make, because you never know where you end up. And so me reaching out to her about that position now led me to, being a program and outreach manager.
And what are the types of things that you did when you just started, and what are the types of things that you do now?
So when I first started, because again, it was just focused on outreach. And so I started by like researching nonprofit organizations in the Dallas area, which was good because I didn't know what was in Dallas. And so I would reach out. And some of the focus that we've done is like in domestic violence prevention, or building a program surrounding like domestic violence, just empowering the survivors. And so I would reach out to different organizations or hospital systems, and look at one of their programs, try to partner with them. And then from there, the program manager would take on. And so again, I started with the outreach, but now I've been able to design a program, provide it to a nonprofit and say, hey, you focus on, like, I'm using domestic violence. And so we partnered, wrote a program proposal that they accepted, and focused on different programs. So one of the partnerships that we've had is with C5 Texas, where we were invited to their leadership summit. And so they focus on educating students that are in a low income kind of social demographic. And so we've gone into their leadership summit and talked to the 8th graders and 9th graders about social media and its impact on mental health, or how you can use social media to improve your mental health. And so that's part of the work that I'm doing.
Appreciate you sharing that, and definitely goes to show like resilience, tenacity, not giving up, just just putting yourself out there, because as we said, like the no just puts you in the same position that you're in right now, and I guess the yes allows you to build so much capacity in leadership, and just the understanding, and I can imagine also connections. So
Yes.
that's really cool.
Yes, they have an amazing network, and I think one thing I'll say too is it's beautiful with us being um, immigrants, seeing that they have fellowships in Africa. is amazing because then it builds it brings a platform of like collaboration where you're in the US and you can collaborate with people in another country and kind of see, you know, the difference in health system or bounce of ideas. So it is a great fellowship. Omari, you need to look into it. The application is open, so yes, I am selling it to you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I definitely will look into it. If not for me, for someone else out
Yes,
for someone
yes,
else out there, I can share it with them.
yes, definitely.
And then before we move on to the last question before the Furious Five, I just wanted to ask,
Mhm.
because you shared a lot about your journey of coming to the US and just all the different challenges, obstacles that you've overcome to get where you are right now. Like, what sorts of advice do you have, maybe for someone that is immigrating from Africa or another country into the US at the age of 15? Like, what would you tell them?
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I would tell them to, as simple as this sounds, keep going. One of the things that my mom said before she passed is the sky is not the limit. Um, and I think we're our own critics, but remember that you can push yourself to get where you want to be. There'll be challenges, but that doesn't mean you have to stop. And so if you have a goal in mind, don't focus on being different in that space. Don't focus, and these are true things in terms of if you have an accent or how you pronounce that stuff or how you spell stuff. Don't ever downplay yourself. Just keep going. That is one thing I would say to them.
Appreciate you sharing that. And those differences make you valuable in yourself and bring like just lived experience that other people just don't understand, but it is valued. So yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then before moving on to the Furious Five, where can people connect with you and where would you like to see yourself in the future?
I would like to see myself partnering up with NGOs, the non-governmental organizations, because I do want to do global work. I think just coming from back home, I feel like it's important for me to give to the community I was raised from, and so that's definitely a goal of mine in the future. But I just also see myself growing in my profession in public health, partnering more with people, being a more public health events is one goal of mine this year. And again, I'm so honored to have connected with you. And so it's also part of where I see myself in the future. But people can connect with me. I just started an Instagram account. It's called Wanji Banda _MPH. Don't judge the 7 followers I have now, but I'll be sharing more stuff there so they can connect with me on Instagram or LinkedIn. And yeah, just you know, support me on my journey and where I'm getting to.
Well, you'll have 8 followers after this. Well, at least 8 followers. I will follow the account after
Thank you. I
after
appreciate
this.
it.
You're most welcome, and yeah, look forward to seeing the content that you post, and always happy to chat more about content. So just let me know, and we can connect on that as well.
Yes, I would take your offer.
Awesome, awesome. So everyone go across and follow Wanji Banda on Instagram and connect with her on LinkedIn. Okay. So moving on to the Furious Five, the 5 questions I ask all guests. Number one, what advice would you give to a student trying to pursue a career in public health?
Mm, I love that question. What I've shared with interns or anybody who reaches out to me on LinkedIn is identify your passion and which sector of public health fulfills that passion. Because public health is so broad. And so if you're passionate about something, more than likely there's a sector for it in public health and so just do your research in terms of that and then gain practical experience. And so look into internships, fellowships, networking with professionals in the field, whether it's just reaching out and saying, hey, Omari, I noticed you posted this or you have a podcast. I would like to know more about your work. That would, again, you never know where you end up. So see how much practical experience you can gain or practical like conversations and engagement you can have. The last two I would say is ask for help